Arsenal FC vs Tottenham Hotspurs 26.2.2012 SelMcKenzie Selzer-McKenzie. Author D.Selzer-McKenzie. My tip: win for Arsenal. The fourth put Arsenal FC in that one. The third party put Tottenham Hotspurs will dispute the second London derby in the context of the 26th round of the Premier League. The Hotspurs have, however, 10 points more on the account as their opponents of today, and they can correspondingly do much eased in this duel go. The rivalry is exactly like in the earlier seasons, then there are rather balanced enormous between these two teams, though, so that we are convinced that a hard fight for every ball will be waged, but that duels with few goals only seldom ended. The beginning, 26th of the 12th 2012, 14:30. In this year's first leg of these two teams in the White Hart Lane Stadion, 2 balls in its net, 3 hits were obtained, but the sole nature of Arsenal FC ended, so that the hosts are out for revenge in front of fans of their own. These are completely won, and the current opportunities are different, one a little bit the wishes, particularly since Arsenal is shaken after 2 outwards defeats in consequence, and to be more precise, without an obtained goal, a little. League have them in the duel against AC Mailand, even 4 goals against collected in the Champions, while they are making money in the FA Cup against Sunderland, 2 goals against own team. In front of that, they have celebrated 2 victories in the Premier League in consequence after a long time, so that the main task of the coach will be less to bring its boys back on the victory way. They must forget these 2 desperate games as quickly as possible at the same time. This surely can make this team, which has very good players at the disposal, to care. It is very important, since they still have certain problems with the failures in the defence and in the midfield, especially for 8 days to this have a rest. The defending players Mertesacker, Santos and Jenkinson, as well as the midfield players Wilshere and Diaby, will be cancelled, namely, while Koscielny and Gibbs have recovered again, so that they probably will start exactly like the returnee of the Africa Cup, Gervinho. Expected list: Arsenal: Szczesny, Sagna, Koscielny, Vermeulen, Gibbs, Song, Ramsey, Manata, Walcott, Van Persie, Gervinho. What concerns the Premiership is the current situation at the Hotspurs very well, because after 7 points, 5 or 7 points only are out for the leading duo in the last 3 rounds in the delay from Manchester. Last week they have made an unexpected slip when they have played only a goalless outwards draw against the Dritliges Stevenage in the round before the quarter-final of the FA Cup. However, it is the most important that furthermore they are in the running for the next round of this competition, have their most important players recovered a little before this duel against Arsenal, in which they, the last day, have handed in the trace one of their best games in this season, when they have obtained a 5-0 victory of Newcastle United, 6th put, against this one in the stadium of their own. Primarily the go-getters Adebayor and Soho have a good game handed in. These 2 players should stay at the bench this time, because the again recovered Van of the Vaart comes back into the team, though. Is also a similar situation with Granjkar, and the fast Lennon will take its place in the midfield this time. Defoe and Cup will also return, but at first they will start from the bench. The midfield players Sandro and Huddleston, as well as the defender Gallows, will be cancelled. Expected list: Tottenham: Friedel, Fuller, King, Dawson, Assauer, Lennon, Parker, Modric, Bale, Van of the Vaart, Adebayor. Since always duels of the town rivals were loaded very emotionally from London, and without doubt this also will be this time, so that it is very difficult to forecast the winner of this meeting. On the other hand, it is realistically a very open and interesting game with any amount to expect gates.